Hello everyone and welcome to another pick a card reading. For today's pick a card, I have a pretty general but very useful subject. It is just simply guidance for the next 3 months. Now, we are heading for a really turbulent, very challenging, but at the same time never ever experienced before astrological period when there are going to be a lot of ups and downs, a lot of disruption, and a lot of, as I said before, events that we have never experienced before. So this kind of serves as a preparation for that. Now, of course, this will have an individual theme, but we can expect the collective theme to be just as influential. So, this is where I'll try to keep it individual, but if there's something collective that might influence it, well, we also have to take it as such. So, like always, I'm going to be using three decks of cards. These decks of cards are the ones I only use for myself, so no one else really. So it's really special. This type of reading is going to be like the type of personal readings I do. So yeah, this is gonna be the style. So just take a look at the three decks of cards for a couple of seconds, then choose the one which appeals to your intuitive senses the most. And of course, in the following, you can find the time stamps for the three different interpretations. So I'm going to be taking the third and the second deck out. And this is just for everyone who has chosen the first deck. So this is simply just guidance for the next 3 months. So let's see for the first deck. Okay, we have some cards now. We have the Justice. We have the High Priestess reversed. We have the Ace of Coins reversed. And the Seven of Wands reversed. But I might need a couple of clarifiers for this. We have the Wheel of Fortune reversed, the Star reversed, the Three of Cups reversed, the Knight of Wands, the Page of Swords, and the Knight of Coins. Well, this is a little bit too much clarifier here. Well, the message is pretty simple here. Well, things are about to change, things are about to turn massively, and we might have a slight problem here because you, with the Justice card, just have closed a really heavy karmic period of your life. This is where it was partnership, so maybe your marriage, maybe your status in where you belong in society, like a social status or professional status, or a lot which can have to do with your material life, but the value and the worth and the status the material life gives you. So there has been a massive transformation, a massive change in all of that for you. So as I said, either a divorce or a new partnership, a marriage, or it can also be where a lot of you have simply changed your lifestyle, your career, a profound, a very deep life change, whereas you can almost say that the person who you used to be was radically different than the person who you are today and your lifestyle and all of that. And this was not easy for you to accomplish this, for you to get here, and for you to simply have the clarity and the wisdom and how should I even explain the worldview in all its complexity and all of its basically splendor that you do have today. Well, in order to get here, you had to go through a lot of hardship. You had to basically face situations where you never ever thought before that you would ever arise triumphant or victorious or survive this. So, this was a profound inner and outer change, and your life should be in a certain way very very stable by now, because as I see here, you had a very brief moment of victory, a brief moment of the sun rising at the horizon, where truly the future was very very promising. And this was not an illusion, this was not wishful thinking, this was as real as possible. Now, the problem is that your personal situation might have very little to do with the collective situation, because you see the Wheel of Fortune reversed, the Star reversed, and the Three of Cups reversed. The world is in trouble. So, your story, your victory, your profound transformation, and your life change, well, as miraculous, as unbelievable, as magical as it is for you personally, as and everyone who would know your story or read your book, or one way or another get in tune with your life change, everyone would agree how incredible that was. But right now, maybe, like it or not, believe it or not, ready or not, you might have a couple of weeks or months of survival mode, because the Wheel of Fortune reversed. This is where something external is collapsing big time. The Star reversed. That means that your big scale hopes and dreams, where you are in harmony, serenity, Three of Cups reversed again, in a community with your loved ones or with a special person. Now that needs to be put on hold, because the Ace of Coins reversed. Collective stability is going very soon and going profoundly. This doesn't mean that your situation is gonna be worse than of other people. This does not mean any of that. This just means simply that it will not be the time to live all of this. As I said, this is possible for you because you're such a totally different person that nothing really, not even the world itself falling, collapsing, is not gonna mean that much to you, to be totally honest with you. The life change that you went through was so very profound that, for you, happiness and well being and stuff like that is something internal. But you also have a lot of plans, a lot of things that you need to be working on, and in that sense, there might be a halt moment when you and many other people might have to slow down a little bit, because the world itself also needs to stabilize. And afterwards, you see, all of the nights are, and your ambitions, your passion, all of that, communication, paperwork, how it can be legally possible, and the financial part of it, and prosperity and your income, that can very, very quickly fast forward. But expect these couple of weeks or these couple of months or these a period of time collectively to be so unstable And this doesn't necessarily mean that the world itself is going to be in flames. Expect a major economic disruption, and there you go. No one had to die, so to speak, but everything is in standstill. And they're gonna. So, these cards also explain what the problem is. The Wheel of Fortune reversed, well, that's self explanatory. It means a big disruption somewhere in the world, either in a country or an economic problem or COVID type of problem, history repeating itself. And in this sense, we do have a Capricorn super full moon, which activates 2020, the COVID situation. It reactivates it, so we can expect. And the star reversed. This means that it's not all rose tinted, it's not all butterflies and rainbows, but it's actually the opposite. We failed as a species, as a collective, a big karmic test. So, of course, the three of cups reversed. Well, this also means a crisis in the artistic world. This is where, if you're an artist or if you do something non physical, maybe you're not gonna be very prosperous. So the guidance here, and I also want to include another tarot deck for each and every pilot. It's gonna be the same tarot deck, which only has major arcana as a guidance. Well, two cards popped out. So the Star and the Devil. Well, this is also pretty self explanatory because this means that your personal future might just feel, like being a little bit on hold, or, as I said, 2020 once again, but not necessarily physically, the feeling of it, the frustration of it, the suspense of it, because no one expected it to unfold so quickly and so intensely, so to speak. And the Devil, that means but something 3D, something external, something which of course has nothing to do with your story um, individually, yet it has everything to do. Why? Well, whatever is falling, that is what hindered all your story. That was always like a negative element, a negative decoration, a devil basically, a demon, an antagonist in your life story. The limitation which came from 3D. Now that had always meant that boss, that company, that, how should I say, field of activity where it has so happens to have it's your hobby as well, but it was always like a massive challenge, a massive limitation. A certain part of 3D, the Devil Capricorn basically, did never allow you to basically have the freedom as other people had. So the guidance here is don't really don't really panic. Whatever is going to be happening for you and your situation in that couple of months, it's simply going to be a small moment of stagnation for you, but the stagnation due to a lot of disruption out there in the world. But within that disruption, there is a lot of surprise for you. In the sense that forget everything that's fated, forget everything that your own future plans, because there might be spontaneous opportunities for you that could start for you a life of adventure, one that you have not planned, one that you would never ever see coming, one that would guarantee you absolutely nothing because it would be going against that which you always known. But strength lies in there. Don't take this as a prophecy or an opportunity. Just this is the way you should be looking at the chaos that it's coming. It's bad for a lot of other people, but for you it can come with a lot of once in a lifetime experiences, people that you meet, situations that you handle, certain skills and talents that you personally need to use that might even shock you. How, not necessarily how genius or brilliant you are, but how well you can simply do things which were not really specific to you before. And surprise, surprise, this is where use a certain stagnation that might be upcoming as a wonderful opportunity to look at yourself and your skills and a part of your story which never ever was told, not even you personally never experienced a part of yourself. Well, allow that, and you might be totally shocked of how very well you can live in situations where it's total bucket for other people, yet for you it can be the chance of your lifetime to live, to experience, to make new connections, and to just dish out certain strengths and talents that you would never even see coming yourself. And that's a big thing, because you're not just anyone. You are a very, very good, so to speak, intuitive psychologist. And if you haven't seen parts of yourself and it comes to you as a surprise, well, then you can imagine. So thank you, Pile 1, thank you, Group 1, and I really hope that this was helpful. Now, for everyone who has chosen the second group, let's see what the guidance for you guys is. So, the King of Cups. Judgment reversed. Wow. The High Priest reversed. Okay. Well, that isn't as good. The Nine of Swords. Okay, I think I have enough information, or so I hope. Well, to me, this seems that the theme in your lives is gonna be a little bit unusual, because whatever might be happening outside, collectively or out in the world, is not really something that is gonna influence you personally. Because for you guys, it will be a quest, an emotional adventure, so to speak, where either there is already a person who kind of freshly entered your life. This might be a younger male, or it can be a friend of a friend, or someone who kind of impressed you, but not with anything fancy, just with their mentality, and they are someone who lives from the heart, and that is so very obvious. Now, this is where the other cards, the Judgment reversed, you don't know what to think, because this isn't necessarily about this person, the Knight, of Cups, but this is more about your own personal philosophy. Am I living my life path accordingly to the divine laws? Am I doing enough? Am I being enough? Am I this and that? So this is your own personal contemplation, but this is where you're starting to judge yourself and not be satisfied. The High Priest reversed. This is where you're living a new lifestyle one way or another, or this is where your value systems are so different right now that they have never ever been this way in your life. So you are after a big inner value change, or a faith change, an upgrade, or something that really radically transformed you, opened you in so very many different ways, of course. And this is exactly why this Knight of Cups kind of shocked you. And the thing is, because you were in the middle of this when they appeared in your life, trying to figure yourself out, of course, hair splitting, you are a kind of perfectionistic person. So this is why rejudging your situation and stuff like that 10 million times is not a big thing for you. That is usual. But the king of, no, sorry, not the king, the Knight of Cups appearing, that was different. So this is like a new friend energy, a new friend, a new acquaintance, a new connection, or a friend of a friend who is bringing the Queen of Coins with the Fool, a new either business opportunity, association, alliance, job offer, travel offer, something that is very, very big deal for you to take it, to do it. It's not like you would not be open to it, but who is it coming from? Someone who you only know through the heart, really. And someone who you ultimately trust, because the Knight of Cups. But do you trust yourself? But chances are that this person, this, you kind of fear this person because you know that there is a connection happening here. And I'm not saying that this is necessarily romantic. Maybe for some people this is, but for majority this is just a true person, a true friend, someone who is very, very strong heart energy based. So you're under their power already, and you know that you kind of need to do something together. And I do believe that in the next 3 months, this, either you and this person are gonna have conversations, and you are slowly will start to build something. And your fear, well, this is where your fear is a positive fear, that this person is someone who is gonna be in your life for a long time, because they're, you will always want to know them. This is a new friendship, a new connection forming. So this is a good fear fulfillment, that yep, this person is who you suspect or feel or intuit that they are, and you are gonna do something unusual for the both of you, but really, really meaningful. Either materially meaningful, meaning that both of you benefit from it, or a project or something like that. But it can also be where it's meaningful in such a way that the memories or whatever you guys did are gonna stay with you for probably the rest of your life, or a lifelong friendship, or a friendship turning into something a bit more erotic. But there are unusual elements in this friendship. The Fool, it is something that you and this person never experienced before, and you two, regardless of your gender, are so compatible with each other. And this might confuse you a little bit, but this will just be the most beautiful part of this journey. And just as I have done for the other group, I'm using a deck which only has major arcana, and as a final guidance, the Chariot. That is so wonderful. Yeah, this is where whatever this friend offers, whatever the new adventure opportunity, business opportunity, or whatever opportunity is, no, the Chariot, go with it. It will be a triumph and victory for both of you, really. This is where go with the flow, and this is perhaps why whatever might be happening externally in the world out there would not influence you, because, or would not matter to you, because you are on some kind of personal journey. You have better things to do, really. And it's not selfish. It's just that, yeah, for you, this is this period when you can only focus on yourself, on your destiny, on your path, on your karma, on you, and this is it. So thank you, and I really, really hope that this was useful for everyone. So hello, group number 3. Let's see your guidance for the next 3 months. So the King of Cups reversed, the Queen of Cups reversed, uh-oh, the Magician reversed, the Emperor, oh well, this isn't so bad then, the Eight of Coins and Chariot, I need one more. Seven of Swords and Five of Wands reversed, both of them reversed. Now, what this says to me is that you are at the end of the line in so very many different ways. This is where a lot has happened for you and in your life in the past 4 years. This is where maybe every single area of your life was under a powerful transformation and a powerful disillusioning. You're someone who got so disillusioned that you might not even dream of wanting a normal life. And what I mean normal life is, to be part of society, mainstream society. This is where you don't even, your hopes and dreams and aspirations and everything you thought you wanted is radically different now. Now this King and Queen of Cups reversed means you're done emotionally. This is where you've done such a powerful inner search, inner work, inner almost purgatory. This is the word that somehow I want to use. That you fell totally out of love with every single pleasure of life and every single even emotional pleasure that is widely available to 90% of human beings out there, because everything is a lie. I don't know what makes you wanna align yourself with this radical worldview, yet I cannot fault it. So no one, neither me or any other spiritualists or mystic, can actually tell you that you're incorrect or you're exaggerating. Yet something made you want to choose to see the world in its true visage, so to speak, and the Magician reversed. This is where your mindset, your everything, even the education that you received, everything that you were taught in school, everything is challenged, everything is upside down, and not because of something else, but because of you. You see all of it as a lie, as a manipulation, as a deception. There's some very strong energies here. Something really opened your eyes to something, but I don't know what it is, because look at that, the Emperor. You're truly determined to change your life. Change your work, change your lifestyle, change everything to something simplistic, and to offer an honest service, but in a illusion-free way, in a non-Maya way, in a non-2022 way, if that makes sense. And look, this is Five of Wands reversed. You made peace with everything. Seven of Swords reversed. You disconnected yourself from everything that was weighing you down. You made peace with yourself, with everything. You just need to execute now. You need to execute. The Emperor and the Eight of Coins. Well, this is where you know what you want. maybe you have the skills, the know-how, the instructions, the empowerment as well, the experience as well. But a chariot is reversed, which means that you're ready. You're so ready, but something is still missing. So you're in between. Yeah, the Four of Swords reversed. You're restless because you're ready to go. You're ready to do it. You're ready to live it. And the Queen of Wands, Knight of Swords, but it doesn't reveal to me what, but something is not yet. Yeah, maybe this is where you can do it on your own, but you are alone, so you're waiting for someone or something to help you move. And just as I did for the previous piles, I'm using a deck which only has major arcana. The World, yeah, it says that don't worry. Don't worry, because the powerful transformation and life change that you simply embarked on and jumped into, well, on one hand, first it reflects in the ether. That's why you feel how you feel, and that's why everything in your life right now is hanging in the air. But that's not really bad, because it's really, really good. Just that it's so fearful and it's so uncertain that you're a little bit very, very overwhelmed. As in, but it's supposed to be that way. Everything is the way it has to be. As impossible and as sheer crazy and insane as this sounds, everything is the way it's supposed to be. Because you see the World card, the completion is there already. It's coming. The completion is coming. But if it's not in the next 3 months, in the way you expect, yeah, it might not be it is in the next 3 months, but you can't enjoy it. It's not having your cake and eating it. So that's the problem. Two of Swords reversed. You made the choice already. A big uproooting. Yeah. The choices that you've made are gonna be executed. Don't panic. Don't fright. Don't. It's gonna be okay sooner than you think. Yeah, and you're not alone. The Hermit reversed. You're not alone in this. So just be patient. Be patient, because it's getting there. It's getting there. This is the World card. It is gonna be in the next 3 months. Just that you can't enjoy it yet. And that's why it seems to you that it's impossible, or this is it. You're blocked totally. Or that your act of radical rebellion or change, or where you really want to live